Yo, what's good? I hope y'all didn't think this was a game. Yo, I let y'all know. Welcome to your full moon ceremony. This is the peace dealer. My bad, y'all. Yo. I wasn't even expecting that. But yeah, it is what it is. Had to let y'all know it's not a game, man. This is the full moon you were waiting for. And that being said, thank you. Not yet, Banshee. It's gonna be after this. Shout out to Keon the One. It's his birthday, and I'm gonna hit up his potty after this. But yeah, I wanted to let y'all know this is the end of your character. It's a death that's occurring. So we step into a new cycle. Personally, the Undertaker dealer. There we go. If we do a ceremony, we're doing a funeral procession today or tonight on the you that is no longer alive, let's just say, moving forward. So stay tuned. This is definitely going to be a simple but dope ritual. My apologies, by the way. I didn't realize I changed the time on the wrong event. I thought I changed this event to 7, and I woke up and realized that y'all have been waiting since 5. So I apologize. I mean, I'm sure I can blame Mercury Shadow, but it is what it is. Other than that, yes, my friends, we don't have to do anything like necessarily formal, but the beginning was just a symbolic representation of the old aspect of your character that you're missing. or releasing. So I made sure to do this while the moon has just entered Taurus, so we can manifest the nature of this intent. This is officially eight houses of death and transformation. Okay. And other than that, um, it goes a long way towards you realizing that. So for now, the question I want you to meditate on is, what part of yourself are you releasing and what part of yourself are you stepping into? Other than that, um, congratulations to the rest of your life. Congratulations to the beginning of the next or last part of this year. Shout out to Mommy Rika. Um, I'm trying to have a whole face scar. Me too. See, not everybody had sex in high school or in their 20s. Not everybody had a hoe face. And some of you feel like frustrated, like, am I too old to have a hoe phase now? Did I miss my hoe phase? Look at me. You did not miss your hoe phase. Okay, you are allotted one hoe phase in life, and if you haven't gone through your whole, maybe that's why you haven't attracted your soulmate, because your soulmate subconsciously knows you haven't gone through your hoe phase yet, and now your soulmate is like, how am I going to get with you when you ain't even had your whole face yet? That will almost be counterintuitive. So maybe that's what you need, a whole face. Maybe you're thinking that you're too old for it, and it's like, nah, you need to at least have a solid year of a whole face. At least, like, you need to clock in 6 months worth of being a hoe or having the whole face. Okay, once again, not a lot of people were sexually active like that, like myself, in our 20s or in high school. Sex just kind of came every now and then, like a field trip that your teacher didn't know you were. You know, when your teacher surprises you with the field trip, it's one thing if you were given prior warning, like, oh yeah, let your parents know, here's the permission slip, and then at least you can prepare. It's different when you just get hit out of nowhere, like, hey, we're going on a field trip. That was sex for your boy in his 20s. It shit would just come every now and then out of nowhere, just like, oh, is this what we're doing right now? Shit, that's amazing. I'm not an incel or anything, but you know, it's hard out here just to get a crumb of pussy nowadays. Okay, I was watching Aries Spears and I realized it's not that way for women. Apparently, dick is worthless. So, you know, a woman can go outside right now and get an abundance of dick if she wanted to. But you don't know how hard it is for us men just to get a crumb of pussy. Okay? It's not it's not fair. All right? It is what it is. And a lot of men aren't necessarily gonna admit that. More men will lie about their body count because statistically speaking, psychologically, the more sex women have, it depletes their value. But the more sex men have, both men and women apparently see that man as more desirable. Like, think about it. A woman will have sex with a jock who has had sex with the entire cheerleader squad. Like women would find him more attractive because he's desirable to other women than a nerd who hasn't had sex with any of them and got friend zoned. Like, a woman would see the jock more desirable, but a man will see the girl who had sex with the basketball team as less desirable than a girl who's a virgin and hasn't had sex. But honestly, I can end this full moon video right now. So it's not the same. I just wanted to let you know. It is what it is. And yeah, other than that, It's all good. The point of what I was trying to say is have your whole phase. If you need to have your whole phase, it is what it is. Other than that, I just want to, and yeah, a woman is different. You really can't compare the two. But yeah, it is what it is. And shout out to Paradigm Breaker. The smart women go for the nerds. I'm gonna just be real. It is what it is. Other than that, yeah. I just want to remind you, by the way, 30s is the new 20s. Okay. And one moment. I was just wondering if I could get just a little crumb of pussy, please. Just a little. I haven't had any in so long. It's like a Snickers bar. I turn into a totalitarian dictator when I haven't had my Snickers or gotten laid. I just need a little crumb, please. Please. And that's all you got to do, y'all. Honesty 2021. Let's drop the false pretense. Maybe you just need a panhandle for the twat. Like, you never know. It is what it is. Let me not objectify such a divine, glorious body part. But it is what it is. Other than that, yeah. Let's kind of go into the Peace Mobile a bit, just to give you insight of what's happening. So moon's in Taurus, sun's going to go into Scorpio, and we're getting set up for the new moon. As you can see, 12 degrees. This full moon is effectively harvesting the new moon that we had in Libra. And I want to say congratulations. Camper, y'all are going to need to throw a whole intervention for your boy, but it's all good. I've been dodging and fighting succubi and sex draining demons. Okay, I don't know why people think that I watch porn. I haven't watched porn in years. I watched porn and used Jergens in my mid-early 20s. I am beyond that. Okay, I'm an old man. Old men are lecherous pervs. We don't need all that extra shit. I have an old Capricorn soul. I'm a lecherous perv inside. I don't need to watch pornography. Okay, it's called Instagram. Do you know how many thirst traps are on Instagram? I can just go on Instagram, use my imagination, and that's good for this old nigga soul. Like it's literally that simple. I don't have to watch porn. I don't know why people still think I watch porn. Nothing against porn. It's a lucrative industry. I know there's a bunch of spiritual rhetoric around, oh, it desensitizes you and it's not, yeah, whatever. I don't care. I just don't watch porn. Like I don't jack off in socks. I don't beat my meat with lotion. I just go to the shower. It's this is, you feel me? Like I'm on a whole nother level with this shit. I don't know why people think I watch porn. It is what it is. Your imagination is so much better. I've learned to tease myself. It's to the Venus in the 12th part where it's like, I don't even want to meet you in real life because I know the real you will probably just disappoint my unreasonable expectations about you in my imagination. So I don't even want to know you for real. I'm just content with you in my imagination. Shout out to Venus in the 12th. This is every Venus in the 12th house, by the way. We're not even trying to see you for real. We just want to create a fantasy about you in our heads that's not even really you. And so you can live your real life. We just gonna pretend we with you in our heads. And that's just go, if you an old nigga soul like me, this is perfect. Other than that, yes, the new moon in Libra definitively activated superpowers. This is important because you activated these same powers in Aries season, okay? It's just Libra season now completed the personification of the development of these powers and abilities. And it's with great honor that I can say every single one of you actually know what I'm talking about. Like, this isn't cancer season where you weren't entirely sure how to understand your power. Now you're using it with people. Now you're seeing, wow, this is amazing. Sheeman, Renee, and I'm so sorry if I said your name wrong, but I'm going to do the paid readings on Friday. I'm going to do it on Friday. But other than that, yeah. I want you to comment a fire sign emoji if you have experienced this greater mastery of your power since 2 weeks ago. Shout out to Avery. I want to make sure we pace this right because this is actually a big deal. I'm not excited. You know, for sure. Flights. I'm not excited. All right, this is just very important because I just love y'all, because this is very, very important, because y'all are already acknowledging. It's one thing to believe that you've activated abilities. It's another thing to acknowledge how much you've grown, because we're not all activating this. I thought this was my earring. That's crazy. All at once. Dude, when I first realized how earring backs smell, I was like, no, we're good. I don't even know why I said that. Other than that, it's like, yeah, Mercury on a killing spree, though. Jesus Christ, that's facts. But you know what I'm saying? Like, you have come a long way. And it's very important to acknowledge that, you know what I mean? If we take into account this aspect of this new moon cycle that's having you use these abilities with other people, right? You're now getting ready to harness and manifest the value and quality of energy through Scorpio of these superpowers. Okay. This is where, it's a smell unlike any other. This is where personally you are coming into the completion of this power. Libra is completing your intellectual understanding of this power of yours. And so I just want to be clear here that the full moon over the next moon signs is you legitimately harvesting these superpowers. We're here. Moon in Aries, Taurus, Gemini, and Cancer. Moon in Aries is you as Peter Parker. So this new moon is you creating the Spider-Man suit. The quarter square in Capricorn is you busting your first mission as Spider-Man. It's like, okay, am I going to use my identity to be a villain or a hero? And his own actions decided that. He's operating integrity. And now the full moon that you're in right now, and this is so very important, because Peter Parker had superpowers before he was Spider-Man. Okay? Peter Parker was not Spider-Man. Ooh, I'm preaching here, yo. Can I get a hallelujah? Peter Parker was not Spider-Man. By the way, preaching the gospel of Marvel is no different than preaching the gospel of Jesus. Both were inspired words that were created and written in story-like fashion, and people who quote the Bible are not that different than people who quote Spider-Man. So in the book of Peter Parker, in the book of Spider-Man, okay, Peter Parker was not Spider-Man when he got bit by the motherfucking spider. This is a fact. Can I get a hallelujah? Peter Parker was still Peter Parker. And so you have to understand that montage scene, oh my gosh, that's funny, was your Virgo season. Okay, but remember, if we look into the book of Doctor Strange, I'm just joking. But the book of Spider-Man, okay, Spider-Man had a whole montage scene. He had to actually adjust to this change in his behavior about his power and his own physicality, where he gained strength from the bite. But he was not Spider-Man. He just had spider-like abilities. So very important. Okay. It wasn't until he finally made the costume. It wasn't until he focused the fullness of his DNA and character into that costume and named himself Spider-Man and wore that suit and actually used it. This is not new, but I got it at the Psychic Eye bookstore that he became Spider-Man. Okay. And I'm saying that because you had this Virgo season. You had that montage scene where since Aries season, you have been coming into changes into your own physiology to harness with Uranus and Taurus supernatural ability. Some of you think quicker. Some of you, the telepathy is off the chain. Some of you have had to backwards rationalize and sabotage your own development because you had telepathy. And so you had to make yourself think you're schizophrenic or that you have mental problems just to make sense of the supernatural experience. So you're growing out of this pseudo intellectual DSM prognosis, not to disrespect the DSM, by the way, and the time it's taken to be able to diagnose mental illness. Is just most of you don't have mental illness. You're breaking through superpowers, which will look like mental illness. There's no way it won't look until you master your supernatural abilities. Your brain will process the imbalance between its inability to make sense of metaphysical influences and balance it with your reality as a mental illness. Your brain can't process it. The ascension symptoms you're going through with Jupiter in the sign of the mind is literally expanding your mind's capacity to process and understand life at a much higher celestial cosmic sense. And best comment here, the DSM left out racism as a disease. Oh my gosh, this is the best comment that we've had tonight. That is a fact. Racism is easily one of the most impactful mental illnesses of all time. The fact that it's still not seen as a mental illness, even though we know it's one, is very interesting. But other than that, this is very important because after Peter Parker had his montage, he became Spider-Man, and it is very treatable. My bad. That was probably horrible. But like, yes, you got to treat it with love. You got to have love in your heart. And then I love you. My bad. I'm sorry. But other than that, it's very important because now this full moon, once he became Spider-Man and donned that mask, where Peter Parker is stepping into his Libra self, the representative of Justice Libra, where he has his secret identity, but he has the persona he brings socially to others. This is how the social world knows him, his justice, his Avenger self. Now this full moon is taking his understanding of Peter Parker. Annie, I see no lies here. I see no lies here at all. Pedophiles definitely have no place in this world. So once again, once he becomes Spider-Man, what this full moon is doing for you is it's releasing the old consciousness of Peter Parker. This should fill you with so much excitement. That's beautiful. Because after he changed his physical abilities, after he donned the costume, his understanding of himself as Peter Parker was never the same. He is no longer the Peter Parker who got bullied by a bully. He saw that bully and he accidentally whooped his ass. You ever accidentally whoop somebody's ass? Like, that's some Spider-Man shit. That's some Peter Parker shit. Peter Parker's pickled power. Thank you. So like, this is so very important. This is a step that a lot of us forget. With great power comes great responsibility. And so we can sometimes focus on being this new part of ourselves, but we don't always let go of who we were. We don't let go of the habits or the personification of ourselves of who we were. Peter Parker could never go back to being this lesser version of himself, not because he didn't have powers, but the part of him that wasn't confident in his own self, whether he had powers or not, which the powers activated more so. And so that aspect of him that wasn't fully realized is gone forever. We never saw it again. It died symbolically. He was still Peter Parker, though. This is so very important. Peter Parker was still his identity. When he took the Spider-Man costume off, he was still Peter Parker. We have Iron Man, who doesn't hide his identity. So he's both Tony Stark, Aries, and Iron Man, Libra personification. But once again, thank you, Jimmy Jones. Once again, the same thing with Iron Man. Once Tony Stark proclaimed to the world that he was Iron Man. I'm not talking about I am Iron Man. Not when he died. I'm talking about when he first told people, I am Iron Man. Okay. By the way, fellas, did you scrape your tongue today before you went down on her? This is a very important question. Fellas, are you expecting women to go down on you, but you did not trim the ball hair? Have some consideration. These women are so patient with us. We don't need our balls smelling. Did you scrape your tongue before you went down on her? This was a PSA, a public service announcement. Anyway, if we go back to that was our sponsor by whoever our sponsor is. But other than that, yes, this is Trace Spells. I haven't seen it in 2 years. It's been 2 years for me, Trace Spells. I'm just lazy. I don't go out. But other than that, yes. This is very important because, like Tony Stark, once again, Tony Stark was still Tony Stark, but once he became Iron Man, I got you, Banshee. The old personification of Tony Stark was gone. He went from rich playboy philanthropist to rich playboy philanthropist with a super suit. And so the rich playboy philanthropist without the super suit was released. And then he became a rich playboy philanthropist with a super suit as a part of a super team. Totally different. Okay. And so he had to let go of that old personification of Tony Stark. Peter Parker had to let go of the old personification of him that got bullied. You have to let go of the old personification of you that gets ridiculed by people who are not awake and people who are not understanding of who they are. By the way, being woke is not about being spiritual or knowing stuff. Being awake is about understanding who you truly are. So someone is woke, the more they're awakened to themselves. And so now that you have activated this, this full moon is you releasing this old sense of yourself. And we are going to do a ritual to do a funeral procession as we activate our super ego. And so the moon in Taurus is going to, I love it. Peter Parker wasn't Spider-Man. Spider-Man was Peter Parker. Dustin, Brad, thank you. That's it. Okay. And Bushwomen do need love too. This is the thing. Once again, this harvest, what this is going to do is it's legitimately going to activate the next evolved level of superpowers. Because after that, Jupiter's going to go into Pisces during Capricorn season, where we eclipse the final part of the power. Because the third boss battle is you using your superpowers. Cancer season was you activating a sense of your abilities. Libra season was the second boss battle of you activating it newly with people. And Capricorn is you stepping into the self-realization of who you are. So this is where third boss battle, you're Spider-Man who's fighting the movie villain. The Libra season was you fighting a villain, but not the main movie villain. Capricorn is you fighting the main movie villain. By then, you've already busted a few missions as Spider-Man. You've already learned a few lessons, maybe faced a few losses, and now you're coming into the understanding. So with that being said, by the time the moon is in, okay, Cancer, and we come into the third quarter square during the moon in Leo, you will have effectively harvested superpowers to start to contemplate the deepening wisdom of it. In other words, the superpowers that you have activated, okay, you activated it Aries and you completed it Libra. The next completion is what you activated Cancer to complete in Capricorn. Boom. Then we step into Jupiter and Pisces. You go through a whole year of a montage of experience to level up your abilities. Then we go into Jupiter and Aries. Boom. Brand new Jupiter cycle, and you're evolving your superpowers on the next level. By the time we step into Jupiter and Aries, you have an all-around encompassing mastery of your superpowers, and we're all beginning a 12-year cycle to step into this. For context, the last 12-year cycle that we went through from 2010 to 2023 was to activate supernatural ability through the great awakening of Pluto in Capricorn leading into the eclipse. So this next Jupiter cycle is legitimately post-apocalyptic, and this is the Jupiter cycle that the new generation of children born after 1995, Pluto Sag, Pluto Cap, I'm talking to you, are going to awaken. Because this next Pluto cycle, this next Jupiter cycle, it's gonna bring the intergalactic alien babies. I don't know if you guys know, but we're gonna have a series of alien babies, evil genius alien babies that are going to be born post 2023, 2024. You're not ready for it. These babies are going to change the fabric of the whole universe with just their birth, and by the time they come of age, we're fucked. Pluto Sag, Pluto Cap, you know what I mean. You're going to burn this world down. Pluto Cap is going to be the new ruler. So like this last cycle was for Pluto Libra, Pluto Scorpio, and Pluto Virgo to complete their awakening. This next cycle, Tiffany, when I say evil genius, I don't necessarily mean that in a bad way, even though evil is evil. And Aquarius is the Antichrist generation. I'm going to just be real. We in the last days. I'm not trying to say that these babies are going to be bad, but when I say evil genius, they might be evil to the evil people. But trust me when I say, the apocalypse babies, the COVID babies are going to be born. Okay. So this is what these superpowers are for, to kind of deal with this next wave of the new generation that's going to lead us into the new age of Aquarius. Pluto Sag, I'm looking at you. So that was a Gemini sentence like a motherfucker. It is what it is. I said what I said. But yes. So I want to say that again. This previous cycle was so important because it was Jupiter conjunct Uranus in Pisces. And so that was the Piscean collective holistic upgrade to evolve your connection with the causal realm here, because where Neptune was in Aquarius, now it's in Pisces. And this next cycle that we're going to start is with Neptune in Pisces. This is a definitive evolution of superpowers that are skyrocketing up from this whole notion of initially activating it. And I'm going to break it down. The last cycle, as you saw 2010, Pluto had just entered Capricorn. So the next cycle, the last cycle before that, Pluto was in Sag. The next cycle after this one, Pluto's going to enter Aquarius. By the time, let me even show you, by the time we finish the next cycle, I'm not excited. It's going to be 2034, and Neptune's going to be in Aries, and Pluto's going to be in Aquarius. So I'm scientifically breaking down to you how superpowers throughout these cycles, you have the 12-year cycle of Jupiter to evolve your spirit's ability to process this. Jupiter cycles are firmware updates when you upgrade your computer system. Then you have the 30-year Saturn cycles. Those are hardware updates where you completely upgrade your computer. So when you see the new PlayStation system come out, that's a Saturn upgrade. So we had a Saturn upgrade, We're coming 2025, a new 30-year cycle, and we have a new 12-year cycle. And this is so fucking excited. Did you notice? This is the legitimate scientific exploration of slowly but surely integrating supernatural abilities into our society. So the last Jupiter cycle, Pluto was in Capricorn. The one before, or the Pluto's, the Jupiter cycle that happened before 2010, Pluto was coming out of Sag. This Jupiter cycle that we just finished, Pluto went through Capricorn. This next Pluto cycle that we're stepping into, Pluto is going to come through Aquarius, connectivity, collective, while Neptune is in Aries, a brand new 200 plus year Neptune cycle that's going to transcend society's understanding of individual quirks. Have you seen My Hero Academia? The My Hero Academia generation awakens this next Jupiter cycle. The Pluto Aquarius and Pluto Pisces Jupiter cycle is the finality of this, where by the time we finish those cycles, superpowers will be integrated in your society. Keep thinking I'm playing. This past Jupiter cycle brought the mainstream saturation of spirituality into the internet. We did not have that before. When Pluto was in Sag, you couldn't hear people talking about astrology like this. You weren't seeing celebrities talking about it. You weren't seeing breaking news pieces about Reiki being legit. You weren't seeing CIA documents being released about remote viewing being a thing until now, because we're ready. Okay. The last time Pluto was in Capricorn, we went through this. It was a collective revolution that shaped the nature of the way the world is now. America was formed. France had its revolution, which triggered the wars with the monarchies. Like, we don't have monarchies anymore. They're a relic of what they used to be. We're coming back around with this revolution because now people are awakening superpowers. And so the issue of sovereignty is coming up with supernatural abilities. What power does a government authority have? And you're going to see within this next Jupiter cycle, mass extinction events with Pluto Aqua and the dissolvement of government structure. Just like last time when Pluto was in Aquarius, we saw the dissolvement of colonies in America and indigenous people now pushed over time into reservations. And I'm going to just be real. When the Viltrumites, aka the Aquarians, take over, because Pluto's going to be in Aquarius, so the Viltrumites is going to come back. And the Aquarians are going to, look, I'm just going to be real. The Aquarians, the air signs are going to build the Sky Kingdom, and they're going to take over the world. The earth signs, I'm sorry, they're going to put you in reservations. They're going to do you like the Native Americans. And the water signs, we going to push you into the water. And you water signs are going to be like, we didn't even want to be on land anyway. And you're going to see Pisces and Scorpios just turn into mermaids and just swim in the water and just go in their underground water kingdoms that they've been at forever. But you people said they were delusional. We're going to put the earth signs in reservations. It's the new age of Aquarius. Air signs rule. Thank you. We're going to have the Sky Kingdom, and fire, you just going to be there. Fire, you cool. You see, you just going to be there. You know what I'm saying? You don't have dominion on land, but earth signs, I'm sorry. Like, we going to discriminate against you. We going to be racist as hell against you and water signs. We going to be so racist. We going to be like, only air signs allowed. This is the air sign fountain only. No water signs allowed. Go take your ass to the ocean. And you water signs are gonna be like, we didn't even want to be here anyway. Screw you niggas. And then the earth signs, you just gonna be in your little reservations. You know what I'm saying? And it is what it is. And you gonna revolt, but it's this air sign clan, baby. It is what it is. So other than that, yes, I just kind of gave you a sneak peek. He said, that's fine. Y'all talk too much anyway. Now this is a real one. Now this is a real one. Jax, I'm sorry. I won't reveal the secrets. Don't worry if you're an earth sign or air sign. If you're an earth sign or a water sign with an air sign moon or air sign rising, you are an honorary air sign. We got you. Okay, we're going to see the water signs with the air moons betray the other water signs. Be like, well, we're really air on the inside. You're going to see the earth signs sell out the other earth signs. Like, all the air sign, moon, earth signs are going to be like, look, just let me be one of you here. There's the other earth, and we got you. If any of y'all want to sell your own kind out, we got you. If you got the air moon or the air rising, don't even trip. But yes, I just wanted to keep it in mind. Like, this is it. Like, this is it. Like Jupiter is going to go into the new cycle, and like superpowers have been a thing. Your ancestors have had psychic abilities, but this is like superpowers. This is the compound development of your DNA that through your children, like y'all are going to be giving birth to children. I hope you know that, by the way. Like, there's no child that's going to be born now in this next cycle that's not going to have Pluto at the end of Cap or in Aqua. So they are born with God level superpowers. These are the first type of children to be born with that. Even children born in the last cycle were born with it, but they have to awaken it after either Jupiter goes through a cycle. But these kids that are going to be born in the next cycle are born with God level superpowers. They're going to be trolling you from the womb. Like as soon as Sierra just gave birth to a child. I'm sure she experienced it. Like as soon as you conceive of the child ain't even a fetus yet. It's already trolling you. You have crazy synchronicities. It's not even a game. You're going to have your kids appearing to you in dreams like, get your shit together, mom or dad. I need to be born. Some of y'all are already having these kids. Some of y'all are already having these dreams. Shout out to Jax. Jax is going to be, the next Genghis Khan sowing his seed. Some of these kids is going to be punking you in visions. Like, get your shit together. I need to be born already. And you're going to be arguing like, I don't even want to have you. And the kid is like, I don't care. Find mom already or find dad already. And someone's gonna be like, who are you talking to? And you're gonna be like, I'm talking to my would-be future child. And then they're gonna be like, that's horrible. Just have the child. So like, listen. You think I'm joking. You think I'm joking. You think I'm fucking joking until it happens to you. And you're gonna be like, wow, I just had a 50-minute argument with my would-be daughter or son. And now I feel fucked up as an individual. I thought I had my shit together. I'm telling you, like, these kids are not like how we were as kids. That's all I'm saying. It is what it is. It is what it is. So yeah, a lot of that is because of your own genetic potential that you're passing on to this next generation. It is what it is. Jimmy Jones, that's a good question. I mean, I like to think everyone I had to wish myself a Father's Day because everyone is my child. Personally, I don't know if I need more kids. No, I'm just joking. I have the mind of a child. I got to take care of my own self first. I don't know if I'm just joking. But other than that, yeah. See, by the way, I'm in the huge belief that the supernatural energy chain, I made that word up, flows from grandchild to grandparent. So I think you have a stronger psychic connection with your grandkids, and this could happen like that too. You might actually have a dream of your daughter's daughter. You'd be like, listen, don't fuck this up, grandpa, or don't fuck this up, grandma. I need to be born. I need to be born. And you'd be like, what the fuck? I just had a dream of like my great grandfather or my great grandchild, and they just tore my ass and tore me a new asshole. I thought I had my shit together. Like, I'm just saying. Okay, so I just had to be really clear here, right? Like, this next cycle that we're stepping into is taking into account this oversaturation of the community, at least acknowledging the presence of supernatural abilities, but balancing it with real world counterparts. Because, for example, Reiki is not a superpower. Science is coming out to show that in your cells, each individual cell has so much electricity in it that you are a walking power plant, and you can draw from these electricity into cells to heal people. This is beginning to be scientifically understood. And so this next cycle is going to begin the process of integrating it. The cycle after that is going to holistically connect the whole knowledge of Kirk's and superpowers in here. So we're here. Like, I just want to make sure we're clear. Congratulations, because you are the most revolutionary part of the equation. This is a revolution of the individual. Congratulations. We need to just make sure we're clear. You need to pat yourself on the back. You need to pat yourself on the back. They say women are magnetic and men are energetic. I like that. I like to think. I like that. I like that. And it's vice versa too. But I really like that principle. Appreciate you. Much appreciated. So personally, yeah. Personally, what this does is put you in a position. Women are the outlet, men are the plugs. Is the most wealthy black man ever that's given opportunities to black and white and multiple colors people a leader? I wonder. I wonder. So great question, but I wonder. Other than that, this is very, very, very here's to the revolution. This is very important because this is definitely putting you in a position to realistically personify in this stage of your journey who you are for the first time ever, truly. And moving forward, this full moon is having you understand, and Kanye doesn't exist anymore. His name is Ye now. Okay. This full moon is helping you understand who you are more than ever relative to how much you've grown and how powerful you are. But I just want to make sure that now that the moon is in Taurus, you're transforming because you're manifesting the fullness of your power. That's why it's the 8th house of transformation. And then the moon is going to go into Gemini when the sun goes into Scorpio. Because now that you've completed this power, the natural energy you manifested Taurus, you're getting ready to complete into pure energy. That's transformation. That's apotheosis. This is now the deeper development of your super self now that it has been completed and established. And this is going to activate the magnetic and energetic electric properties that enable you to strengthen your ability and to harness these powers at a longer level. In other words, this full moon is harnessing your ability to step into beast mode. Beast mode is a superpower that, no, I didn't hear about that, Kaylee. That's amazing. Beast mode is a superpower that enables you to enter a state of focus that for 5 minutes, you fuck shit up. You become a total beast. Okay. Basically, like me when I haven't had my food, or when I've had my food and I'm energized. It really depends. But basically, Scorpio season is going to intensify the nature of how much more intense beast mode is. And the harnessing of pure energy coming into that new moon will start a cycle where once we step into Sagittarius season, now I can use beast mode for a whole 24 hours. And then we're going to step into Sagittarius season. I didn't even hear about Colin Powell until recently. Please let me know. And then we're going to step into Sagittarius season. And then you're going to take your ability to do beast mode and personally go on an adventure of ascension where you're bringing yourself to a peak mastery. And then Capricorn season is going to be the sun conjunct Pluto with Venus retrograde that's going to awaken this next level and complete the understanding of your superpowers relative to you actually stepping into this. So how does the apocalypse fit into all of this? The apocalypse is unveiling the lies that this previous Pluto cycle was instilled. When America as a country was founded, and not just America, because you think of it as America, but these are global powers that established themselves. Before they made the plans to establish the slave caste, all right, so that power could be kept through families, there were certain deceptions that were set in play. The apocalypse is ending this age. It is ending the reign of so many empires, and it is activating your individuality to forge a new world away from this. This happens several Pluto cycles. So it's not even the first time, but it's really a good question. This is like the official manufacturing apocalypse, but then there's a deeper, realer apocalypse. So I want to say that the shadow of apocalypse, there's the apocalypse that started last year, and there's a shadow of it. The shadow of it is the manufactured nature. Famine is being manufactured. Government are paying farmers to destroy their crops. Of course, you know what is manufactured because they created you know what, so you get you know what, and I'm not gonna even open that can of worms. And then of course we have war that's being manufactured. Okay, so and then of course death. It is what it is. So personally, this apocalypse is ending the old order that limited what you can do. Think about the fact that you, your parents, your grandparents, your great grandparents were born under a system that limited their sovereignty because they had to follow the orders and rules of codes and sections. This is something that's gone on for centuries. So I'm not saying that this is good or bad. I'm just saying, like Windows 90, you don't use Windows 95 anymore. Why? Is Windows 95 bad? Actually, it's trash as an operating system. But let's just use it as an example. Is it bad? No, it's just outdated. There's Windows 10 now. You don't need Windows 95 because there's Windows 10. And so you don't need this outdated government structure because you're supernatural. Please understand that the development of scientific theories that govern the laws and the rules that you live are based off of fake, inconclusive research. And so you're awakening to aspects of yourself that have not been acknowledged by mainstream society or science. This, which now directly contradict the authority that government structures assert over you. You're awakening to the fact that no government on this earth has any authority to send a police force to arrest you. Like, this is going to come out when Pluto is in Aqua. People are going to be able to realize that despite like let's think about it. The reason why, like, nationalities are on paper built by constitutions where a small number of people agreed to what's going to happen based on who owns the land there. And you're awakening to the fact that these decisions made by these old ass people don't have anything to do with you, even if thousands of people under duress agreed to it because they couldn't disagree because they'll get thrown to jail. So, like, this is a thing. The only allegiance that you have is to the stars, the cosmic law under the universe. Not a single government in this world can tell you what land you can or can't enter. So a revolution is inevitable. The people will wake up through the younger generation who, with Pluto, Libra, and Scorpio and Sag, are going to revolt. We've already seen signs of this. Only thing is Pluto and Sag hasn't come of age yet. That's all we're waiting for. That's all we're waiting for. The niggas born 95, 96, 97, they haven't had their Saturn return. As soon as they have their Saturn return, it's a wrap for you bitches. It's a wrap for you bitches. Like, it's a total renaissance. It's a total renaissance. Okay. And this is now coming in with the end of established governments. This is why you're seeing governments collapse. It's not just it's not just Afghanistan whose government is collapsing. You have these collective illusions in news broadcasts that lie to you about the state of territories because they know you'll believe it and not fact check. So the fact that many governments are defunct and running, they can run because they can make the people believe that they're still valid. All the people have to do is stand up and be like, no, and that's it. And we're going to see that in our lifetime. We are going to see that in our lifetime. We are going to see that in our lifetime. This is where you are awakening superpowers. The last few cycles, we didn't have this new age of Aquarius, connectivity and networking collectively through internet. So we were all deceived. And so you were lied to about your potential. Now, with communication that travels, we are awakening to our potential. This next cycle is going to be the results for that. And we are awakening super. Like, I want you to understand the apocalypse and the revolution in terms is the legacy of weaponry and military might against the revolution of personal sovereignty and superpowers. So you're going to see people with superpowers facing people who don't, like younger people who are awakening supernatural abilities against older people with psychic power and weapons. So the younger generation can generate fire from their palms. Watch the movie Chronicle. Pluto and Sag is the Chronicle generation. The older generation has Neptune and Scorpio wisdom, and that's Pluto Virgo, Pluto Leo, Pluto Cancer. Like the older generation has psychic ability. We all have psychic ability. Psychic ability is not superpowers. Like the ability to have clairvoyance, clairsentience, that's a natural ability. Science makes it look like it's a pseudoscience, science ESP, but ESP is natural. Not everyone has superpowers, but everyone has the ability to conduct ESP, just like Sun and Pisces, right? So you have the older generation with wisdom and psychic ability and weapons, military strength, wisdom from what happened in the past. And then you have this newer generation of awakening modalities, old ancestral DNA, and superpowers that have to go against each other. That's kind of like the conceptual framework and basis where you're having to use your connection with these guides, spirits, and your higher self to overcome individually the whole collective. And I just want to really offset how extreme all of that is. That's Pluto, extremeness. Could you give an example, maybe two, of someone's superpowers? Sure. Um, individual ability is Aries, Taurus, Gemini, and Cancer. Aries is your personification and spirit. Taurus is the natural quality of your values. It's all the clairs, because Taurus is your five senses. So the clairs, the psychic senses, run through Taurus too. That's actually the spiritual nature of Taurus. Taurus is actually psychic as fuck. People don't really notice that. It's just they process energy physically. And so they're not like Pisces that can see the unseen unless they have the moon Pisces. Gemini, that's which is a supernatural ability. This is why Pisces is supernatural. Then we have Gemini, which is enlightenment, telepathy, hearing thoughts. Then you have Cancer, which is psychic power through empathy. Then you have metahuman abilities. Metahuman power starts at Cancer. All right. If you think about Superman with the sun, Leo, being charged by that with Wonder Woman, Leo is a superpower. Virgo is a superpower. Mastery of analysis, mastery of magic, mastery of manifestation. Taurus is manifestation. Virgo takes it to the next level. Libra is a superpower. Social acuity. It's the second highest power next to Capricorn. And Scorpio is a demigod power. Scorpio is literally, with Libra, the bridge into the God level. Then you have supernatural power and abilities. Sagittarius, which is legitimately ascension into godhood. Capricorn is collective all power, omnipotence. Aquarius is the mind of God, omniscience. And then Pisces is omnipresence, the vibe that's everywhere. This is God level. For the first time ever, we are having children who have their Pluto in the God signs. This is why we're giving birth to God children. But listen, the last time Pluto was in Aquarius, we didn't have Neptune and Uranus come through the God signs. That's why the people born in Pluto Scorpio and Pluto Libra are manifesting superpowers, because we have Pluto in the superpower region and Uranus and Neptune in the supernatural God sign region. And so we're activating a higher level of abilities. But these children are beyond us completely. They are at the God level. And I don't have to convince you of this. Just talk to any child born in the 2000s. Have a serious discussion about the nature of reality with any child born after 2000, and just shut up and listen, and it will blow your fucking mind, because they're all tapped in, because they're all at the God level, and all they need is that Saturn return at 30, and you're going to see some supernatural shit. But do you know who's the most important part of this equation? You, as an individual. Your unique perspective and experience is what's going to contribute each puzzle piece into the collective. And this is what's going to push things forward as we unveil the deception and step into this new age of Aquarius, which, by the way, Aquarius is celestials. This is a new age of eternals, where people are either being reincarnated as eternals, or we're coming into an eternal invasion, a celestial invasion. And this whole age of humanity, this deception of humanity, where you have Monsanto literally poisoning people, and all this shit that's being done to manufacture the lifespan of human beings, where human beings naturally have the capability to heal themselves and live very long. But we have some people have decalcified pineal glands because of this deception. Like all that shit is not a conspiracy theory. Where it's being unveiled, it's moving, because this new age of Aquarius is a new age of celestial godhood. It's the new age of the gods. And I really want to say that in a way that's extreme. Like technically a part of you should think that's crazy, because that's how much we've been deceived. This is the dark age we're headed out of, to where the illusion of progress has made you feel that all this technological advancement has brought us forward. It's brought us backwards. What's going to look like is that we're going backwards when we see all this stuff get destroyed, but it's going to move us forward. We have so much technology now. We have so much industry. Like the Industrial Revolution single-handedly brought back humanity so many years. It pushed us forward in terms of economics, the GDP that countries produce. But what was the cost? The environment is shit. The earth is fucked up. We have so much less trees. The carbon footprint is fucked up. Animals are extinct in droves. We're not told this. It's some idiocracy shit. Technology has advanced to where we have so much knowledge, but people are dumber. Like they know less. People are able to process information so much quicker. So I don't want to play like a lot of people are smarter, but we're still dumber. It's like we're smart dumbass people. And that's not to really, dismiss the intelligent people here who transcend that, but easily we've gone backwards. Like mental illness and suicide has gone up. There's so much more exercise available, but there's more obese people. Like we've gone definitively backwards despite all of this culmination that we've come. Okay. Is it? No, it is not. It is the precursor. Yeah, there's the Luciferase or whatever, but it is not. A lot of people are saying that the mark of the beast does not allow you to buy or sell. The fact that you're able to choose it is one thing, but this is just the precursor, because everyone who does this will probably, when that comes, do it. But once again, you want to see that more as a biblical analogy. Other than that, and the passport is not the mark. Y'all need to stop saying that this is the mark of the beast. It is not. This is the apocalypse though, but this is more so like the precursor. It's the birth pangs before all of that. If you read the Bible, where Jesus said that, there's the birth pangs before the actual real apocalypse, we're in the birth pangs. Your stomach is starting to rumble. We're not really there yet. We're literally, it started though. I'm just letting you know. But it's such a good question, because it basically, in a sense, it's like the pre-mark. It's just not the official one. But basically, if you take it, you would take the mark. So in a way, it is. Other than that, though, if you think about the 7 years of tribulation, let me actually prove to you that 2020 started off the 7 years of tribulation. In 7 years, we are going to step into the new age of Aquarius. We're here already, but the dawn of the revolution of the new age inquires 3 pillars: Pluto and Aqua, which is going to awaken the collective revolution; Neptune and Aries, which is going to dispel the collective illusion out of Neptune and Pisces and complete the astral realm supernatural development of your super self; and then finally Uranus and Gemini, that's going to complete this manifestation of ability in your body and begin to unconventionally change the fabric of how we communicate. Once these 3 pillars are set, that's going to finish the end of tribulation because of these changes. Remember, when Neptune was in Aries and Uranus was in Gemini, civil war. So like, this is what we're getting ready for. So watch this. This is, let me show you, we are in the 7 years of tribulation. You're not going to hear any other astrologer talk about this. I don't want to toot my own horn, but I mean, show me any other astrologer talking about this. This needs to be talked about. I just think maybe people aren't in the know. So this is 2020, right? Let's look in 7 years from now. 1 year, 2 year, 3 year, 4 year, boom, first pillar, Pluto and Aqua. 5th year, boom, next pillar, Neptune coming out of Pisces. 6th year, 7 year, boom, Uranus and Gemini. By 2027, We finished the 7 years of tribulation. Let's get it. Let's get it. I just broke down how 2020, the reset period. Does 2020 sound like the 7 years of tribulation started? So for those of you saying it's the mark of the beast, you're not entirely wrong, but it's just still too soon to say it is. Okay, so there you go. There you go, ladies and gentlemen. How ironic if this video gets striked, because my first strike expires tomorrow. So YouTube is so trash. Other than that, it is what it is. Yep, I just broke it down. I just broke it down. Y'all just seen that. Y'all just seen that. 2027, Uranus is going to be in Gemini. And now this is what the new generation is going to use to lead all of us into the new gen. Okay. Naruto would be a Pluto Sag. I'm going to just let you know that right now. Kakashi would be more like Pluto Libra. And Konohamaru would be Pluto Aqua. Or Pluto Cap. Konohamaru will be Pluto Capricorn. So like my mom is Pluto Virgo and I'm Pluto Scorpio. So Naruto would be Pluto Sag. Konohamaru would be Pluto Capricorn. Boruto would be Pluto Aqua. Boruto is the Pluto Aqua generation. Naruto is the Pluto Sag generation. Kakashi would be Pluto Scorpio or Libra, right? And then Minato, Kakashi would be Pluto Scorpio and Minato would be Pluto Virgo. Sorry, Pluto Scorpio. No. Pluto Libra. Minato would be Pluto Libra. And then the Jiraiya would be Pluto Virgo, okay? And I'm gonna use a DBZ example. And then the third Hokage would be Pluto Leo. I just broke that down. And then Hashirama would probably be like Pluto Aries. Hashirama and Madara would be like Pluto Aries. So you have the third Hokage, right? That's Pluto Leo. You have Jiraiya, that's Pluto Virgo. You have Minato, the fourth Hokage, that's Pluto Libra. You have Kakashi, that's Pluto Scorpio. You have Naruto, that's Pluto Sag. You have Konohamaru, that's Pluto Cap. And then you have Boruto, that's Pluto Aqua. And why is this important? It was Pluto Sagittarius that led the Ninja War. It was a Pluto Sag that led and won the Ninja War, that led everyone into peace. And then Pluto Aqua came through. So if we use DBZ analogies, Goku Jr. would be Pluto Aqua. Pan would be Pluto Cap. Goku would probably be Pluto Scorpio. No. Goku might even be Pluto Libra. Gohan would be Pluto Sag. And Gotenks would be Pluto Cap. Pan would be Pluto Aqua. Pan is Pluto Aqua. Goku Jr. might be Pluto Pisces or Aries. But like Pan would be a Pluto Aqua. Vegeta and Goku would be the same generation. And the reason why I wanted to use the Naruto description is because it was the Pluto Sag generation that brought the Ninja War. Like the Ninja world ended, the Ninja War ended with that Pluto Sag generation. I'm just letting you know, if you're Pluto Scorpio, you Kakashi gen. All right, you the Kuranais. Okay, if you're Pluto Virgo, you are the Jiraiya generation. You the Sannin. We are the ones who are leading the young characters. So all these animes you see, that's the younger generation. The old heads, you know that anime trope with like the elder who leads the young heads, that's us. If you Pluto Virgo, if you Pluto Scorpio, if you Pluto Libra, that's who we are. We're the ones who are literally the way showers, the pathfinders, the ones who are paving the way. The main arc starts Pluto Sag, the god Plutos. They're going to transform the whole world in collective. Boom. But we had to pave the way, the social structures. We had to create the ideas, the astrologers and psychics who paved the way for us to do what we're doing now. And just creatives, because a lot of people lump us into the spirituality, psychic shit, but it's more about creation and sovereignty, regardless of what you're doing. Okay. So other than that, I just broke down how superpowers are going to be normalized. Mind you, listen. I showed you that John Chang video. So Asians and Africans from ancient Kemet, since a long time ago, have mastered the ability to harness life force and chi, to break bricks, to channel energy. Okay, this ancient wisdom, instead of being secret, is going to be revealed to the world. This is what's going to create so much chaos, just like in My Hero Academia, the vigilante era. Pluto and Aqua is going to bring a whole new vigilante era where the police, y'all are already defunding the police. Like, people are going to take stuff into their own hands. You're going to see so much more news of this. Vigilantes are going to be, controversial because they don't have the authority to do what they do, but you're awakening to the fact that the government does not have any real authority over you. Woo! That was powerful, y'all. I didn't even want to be on here that long, but this is how powerful what we're doing is. Will I freestyle? Let's see. There's 500 people watching. There's 314 likes. If I get 400 likes, I will freestyle for you. I will totally freestyle for you. Let's get to 400 and then we'll see what's up. So with that being said, what's very important is I wanted to give you the bigger long picture and where we came from. Okay. Anthony, I'm so grateful for all of you. I'm just doing my part. Just like I'm doing my part, so many other people are doing their part. And we owe it to each other for getting there. And so moving forward, the reason why this is so very important, Sir Oreo's coming, I got you, is because personally, what this is doing is it's putting you in a position to realistically understand, like never before, this deeper understanding of relative to, and this is why the supernatural energy of Aquarius is so important. Relative to this last Jupiter cycle and Saturn cycle, this is what self-realized throughout all lifetimes, the completion of you individually, now that Uranus went through individual Aries, manifesting in Taurus, your superpowers. But at an initial level, we are the most important generation, kind of, until the next gen, because we're going to be the ones who really bring this in. Pluto Sagittarius is going to be the chronicle generation that shows it, but we have superpowers. They're supernatural, God-level abilities, and then there's superpowers. For example, Spider-Man has superpowers, but Spider-Man is not Thanos that can snap, right? There's supernatural, godlike abilities that can snap half the world away, but then there's meta-human superpowers that can shoot web slings and have super strength. There's a difference. We awaken superpowers, but the new gen is awakening God level abilities. And some of you have God level abilities. Some of you have a like sun or moon conjunct Saturn and Pisces or Aqua, and you're holding space for the collective to lead into the new gen. So this is where this full moon is having you understand over the next 6 months the completion of superpowers that you've developed. So you've been experiencing your abilities. The next 5 months is going to have you complete your mastery of these abilities, coming into Pisces, where the end of this cycle, thank you guys, with Jupiter and Pisces is so important. Jupiter and Pisces is going to come back with Neptune and Pisces, and this is going to give you the full, complete experience and understanding of fully mastering your abilities before we start a new Jupiter cycle. And now you identify with this completion. If this resonates with you, please comment a fire sign emoji, because you need to get super excited. You spent your whole entire life discovering supernatural elements of yourself in the form of kindness, peace, patience. These superpowers aren't like levitation and flight. They're values within your own self that enable you to be patient in times where people are genuinely afraid. But your own fearlessness to be yourself is a superpower. Forget all this extra like sight, you know what I'm saying? Super strength, x-ray vision. You being you where people are compromising. You're a superhero, period. So like, there you go. And this is where you're going to actually push the envelope towards completing that power and practically applying it. And so shout out to my brother Hank. I would like to share something very exciting that he has with y'all or for y'all, and y'all want to check it out.
I'm Brock Hard, and I approve this message.
Whoa, wait, you're not supposed to come out yet. Get back over here and wait.
Hi, I'm Hank.
I'm Brock Hard.
And he's Brock Hard. I'm a certified life coach with 4+ years of experience in the field. I'm also somebody that loves self-love, and I am a prominent supporter of self-love for myself and for other people. Not to mention, more than anything, I love seeing others thrive, succeed, and more importantly, ascend. Now it's time for me to explain the Discover Your Most Authentic Self web workshop.
Hey, that's my job.
Well, actually, now it's time for Brock Hard to explain the Discover Your Most Authentic Self web workshop. Alright, it's time to get Brock Hard. I hope you guys are ready. So let me explain about what to expect from the Discover Your Own Authentic Self web workshop. Let me just pull out the workbook out of my vest. Haha! Now, other than amazing awesomeness and the self-growth that you need to become a more stronger, powerful, authentic you, this is what you get to expect. You first start off by imagining and in this dream sequence of creating your ideal self. After that, we get deep into what values this authentic self is, or who they are. After that, we go deep and create a brand new core of who you will soon become. Next, we will create action steps, strong, powerful, Brock Hard action steps that'll make sure you get to where you need to go. Then after that is a surprise. Hope you guys are excited as much as I am to see who you truly become. Now then, thanks for staying Brock Hard and Brock focused during that explanation. Now it's time for Hank to finish the rest of this promo video. Haha! Alright, well thank you so much Brock Hard for that thrilling explanation of the Discover Your Most Authentic Self web workshop. The price for this web workshop is going to be $60 per person. Because of the type of work that we're going to be doing, I'm going to be keeping these classes to about 5 people, 6 including me. Because of this, thankfully, we're gonna have multiple classes available to people for the next week or 2 for now. We may expand as time continues on. You can check down in the description below for a link to figure out what time slots would work best for you. Or you could just go to the clearsightconsulting.net website and look into the webinar section. There should be a little section describing the Discover Your Most Authentic Self web workshop. The web workshop should take about an hour to complete entirely. This includes guidance through the 5-page workbook, group and individual coaching, group discussions, and most importantly, self-growth. Now, most importantly, I really want to explain the reasoning behind me creating this workshop, this web workshop, the workbook, and all the time and effort I put into working on this. This whole entire process has taken me about 2 to 3 months to actually fully complete. However, this is something that I've been working on for the entire 28 years of my life on this planet. Let me ask you this, and I'm not trying to scare you. I'm trying to be serious right now. That's why I'm here and not Brock Hard. What will you do if everything falls apart? If the government that is there to help protect you falls apart? If money becomes obsolete? If there's a food shortage? Or if you lose your job? If all those things happen, hopefully they don't, but if they do, because things have been looking grimmer and grimmer as time's gone on, what will you have? Let me tell you right now, I'm not afraid of what could come and what could happen, because I know who I am. I know who my most authentic self is. That means all the skills that I have built over years, all the self-love that I had to discover within, all the shadow work, all the personal development, all the time it took will keep me safe, will keep my family safe. So this web workshop is going to help you strengthen your core so that you can become a stronger, more solid being in the long term. I want you to leave this web workshop with a feeling of finally being alive. Now, there's also 2 additional surprises I have in store for you.
Let me tell him.
I'll let Brock Hart announce that. I'll see you there. Haha! Thought I was gonna come in from the left, didn't ya? Now, because we are so sure, specifically Hank and I, Brock Hart, are so sure that this is going to be amazing and give you the growth that you are looking for, Hank has created a free downloadable worksheet right here for you to use. It's a simplified version of the 5-page workbook. Don't think that it's not going to be just as powerful as it. This will get you to exactly where you need to go. But for those of you who want to go further beyond and blast through any limits to ascend beyond, then the workshop is for you. To further promote this, Hank and the one and the only Peace Dealer will be having a live peace talk together this Friday at 5:30 p.m. Pacific time. So don't miss out on it. And this is the best part. I promise you, this is the best part. Not only will there be a peace talk between Hank and the Peace Dealer, I will be meeting the gentleman and the scholar, Sir Oreo. That's right, one night only. Brock Hart, Sir Oreo. We will talk about the importance of self and the individual. That means I will be there as well. So take care until then.
We don't play around over here. Make sure y'all sign up for Brock Hart, aka Hank's session. I'm gonna just be real, just to kind of give you stats. Our brother here is an Aries sun, Sag rising and moon. So this is the ascended self. Sag is ascension, Aries is individuality. This dude is legit. I had the privilege of sitting through the session because we were able to actually beta test it. And it's not like my life miraculously changed overnight. It was relatively simple, but the focus in which we did there triggered a set of synchronicities that is leading to my life change. So as someone who has actually taken it, I'm gonna be there and present. I highly recommend it. For those of you who really want to align to your ascended self, this is a very practical workshop that will actually really break down. It's not going to make it figurative. It's going to actually harness the ability for you to tap into this. So I highly recommend it. I highly recommend it. And now for the actual ceremony, once again, for those of you who want to access it, link in the description box below, you'll be able to do that. Now for the actual ceremony, I want you to actually be prepared. Thank you once again, Hank, and stay tuned for that peace talk in 2 days. It's going to be lit, and I'm looking forward to that reading tomorrow too. Other than that, we are going to do the ceremony, get comfortable, and what we're going to do is the funeral procession. As we're doing the funeral procession, I want you to imagine the death and burial of your old self as your new, more updated, evolved self. You're going to be burying your old self. And I want you to see everything moving away. So to prepare for that, I'm going to, and yes, you can, boo-boo. Yes, you can, my friend. So to prepare for that, what we're going to do, and we're close to 400 likes, so we're going to get that freestyle. To prepare for that, what we're going to do, okay, is, and thank you for the super stickers. We're going to go on a short commercial break. For this goes out to Libra. This our sponsor is Aries. #1, baby, for Aries upcoming mixtape #1. Libra, this song is for you.
Got it bad when you're stuck on the phone and the call is on three-way and you don't even know. Now they making fun of you after the call, and I thought we were really good friends. Libra, you got it bad. It's the trust you believe it. I don't really know. Does it really matter? You don't need it no more. Like I used to give you cash, I must confess, and I gave you candy. You used me for sex. See, I gave you a picture of my dick. You didn't respond. I really don't adore you, But I made this track just to get you back and possibly bone you at the end of this track. Talking about I'm your savage, you the total package. I'ma rock your world, but I'm really just capping. Talking about I'm your savage, you the total package. I'ma rock your world, but
Congratulations, ladies and gentlemen. We have officially completed the ritual. I made sure to do it in Moon and Taurus, which is eighth house to the Sun in Libra, which is death and transformation. And so there's one important message that I have for you. As insignificant as you may feel this old self was for you, this old self was the one thing blocking you from fully stepping into your new true self. It, out of protection, because of fear of the unknown, was the sole responsibility of all the sabotage that has blocked you from coming into here. It is officially dead. May we have a moment of silence because your old self got you here. And so we must honor this facet of yourself as we now let this go. Some of you may, of course, be resistant to let go, but please understand that moving forward, this is going to activate a side of yourself you've never seen. It's going to activate courage coming from you that has always been a part of you that will actually express itself. And here's the most important message. And if this resonates with you, comment a fire sign emoji. You were so worried about how to activate this power, how to step into this power. Those are the worries of your old self. You don't have to know how to use your fucking superpower. You are super. And so this is going to unfold naturally for you now that you have released the actions of the old self, the habits of the old self. Your own soul will unfold this now that you are holding space with this new part of yourself. And so for those of you who felt, what is the next step? You had to release your old self. That's the only step. Surrender. And you will teach and show yourself exactly what to do, how to step into this new self. You owe it to yourself. You finally did it. Welcome to victory as we step into the apotheosis and transformation of Scorpio that will fully bring you through a Sagittarius and Cap, the self-realization of your ascended being. Amazing. And so with that being said, I am going to close this out with a couple freestyles right quick. Courtesy of Lebanon Dawn Beats. Shout out to Lebanon Dawn Beats. Boom. Oh. Fee-Ray. That's what's up. All right, let's do this. I see we got the 400 likes. In fact, we're at 422. Congratulations. Yeah. Can y'all hear the beat well? Hopefully you can hear this. This is freestyle no jutsu. A jutsu is a technique. A technique is an ability that I do rather neat. I'm a freestyle about spells. I'm heaven sent, but I stay bringing hell. There's a good spell and there's a bad spell, but ain't no such thing as good or bad. But hey, hell, like I said, I'm heaven sent. You could manifest the spell so you would never have to spend another cent. Could you imagine that? A life outside money and the economic system that got you acting funny like you working for a job, but time is your power while you trading it away for somebody to give you something as worthless as currency. Anyway, currently, I'm channeling electric voltage through the words of the beat. Anyway, freestyles actually are spells, and every word is spelled. That's why they call it spelling. I'm relishing this hot dog because I'm a cool cat. And if you didn't know, I got my tool hat, and I'm freestyling about things you can do with your brain and your spirit to transcend you out of this limit of a system that was meant to actually kill your spirit. But we kill him back and clap him back on foes. And actually, the result of that clap back is still untold. People actually fell in comas, got in car accidents because they really didn't want to smoke, even though they didn't know what they stepped into. $1 billion vibe tribe, what you really want, fool. Anyway, it is what it is. There's death spells that can actually end lives, and there's love spells that can make you turn an eye and turn your head. But let me get head from the universe. We call it Gnosis around here. If you didn't know, Flight Boss coming around here. We go shoot a music video and go on tour. Archangel reunion. Plus, there's more. I won't say too much for now because a whole new adventure unfolding. I'm proud of where we all came and where we all going. Lots of people think, but is anybody knowing? All right, that's what's up. All right, I got one more for y'all. Woo, woo, woo. Boom Chaka Fire. I'm glad you noticed. Oh, yeah. Oh yeah, we gonna get it cracking. The movement we're building. Nobody even knows it yet. We about to take the whole world by storm, and nobody even knows it yet. It's amazing. But that's the next Jupiter cycle. That's the next Jupiter cycle. All right, and I'm gonna talk my shit. Appreciate you. Yeah. Can I get a little crumb? I'm not that dumb. I just want to have fun. Stick it in and be like, oh, that was fun. Now I gotta go. I would like to get to know you, but I gotta come back. Maybe we could do it with two. Ooh. And that ain't shit. It is what it is. I'm living this. Reality, is it a simulation? I don't know, but I'm having a vacation. Ate the devil's pie, and now I'm high. Got a human body trapped in the system, breaking out through. And I'm gonna get him. Don't mind me. I'm just talking my shit. Shit. And these motherfuckers bitches, I'm just talking my shit. I'm saying a bad word, shit. But that's what I'm talking. I'm talking my shit. Better act up. If you're talking that shit, better back it up. Yeah. It is what it is. Just don't mess with me because I'm talking about shit. And I'm very rude. And I could be cool because I'm 31 and I should act my age. But what the fuck is age but a number? Unless I was R. Kelly. Don't tell that to a mother because that would be suspect. Anyway, though, what have I done yet? That hasn't disrupted the system. I'm a rebel. I hope you didn't miss him. Literally, UNLV studied. Yes, got the degree. Was a word that rhymed with dummy, but you can pretend it fits with the rhyme. It is what it is. I get what I get. Let's go, Brandon. Let's go. Tell the president he a little bitch. Yeah, I'm talking my shit. Yeah. No vampires here or pedophiles. We know how they act in hella wild. Y'all all gonna die. Yeah, I'm talking my shit. Better act up. If you talking that shit, better back it up. Yeah. You know what it is. Okay. Right. And that's it, y'all. Moving forward, your ability to process supernatural phenomena in your relationships with other people will put into context the development and growth that you've come into, and you're going to take to the next level all of your abilities and skills. Congratulations. And when I end this broadcast, you're going to be met with an immediate miracle. Peace.